Alrighty then, it's 3 p.m. I'd like to give you a warm welcome to University of the Sunshine Coast. Thank you so much for coming down to this orientation. My name is Dr. Jane Menzies. I'm the Postgraduate Programs Coordinator in the School of Business and Creative Industries. And I have my lovely colleague here, Dr. Bianca Sabet as well. So Bianca is just, she assists with the postgraduate programs and you'll probably receive a few emails from Bianca now and again, just making you aware of different opportunities. So welcome. Are you happy to be here? Yes. Oh, good. Still a little bit cold. I know we're on the Sunshine Coast and it should be warm, but yeah, it should warm up in the next month, I'd say. So yeah. It was actually quite surprising when I first came here 3 years ago. We actually had some students from Germany and they were like, I didn't realize it was going to be so cold. And I'm like, yeah, neither did I either. So. Okay. Hello, how are you? Okay, so this is our just little postgraduate information session. And I don't know why that's not working. And this is really just to orientate you to our there we go. Just to orientate you to our university and to studying here, and just sort of to give you some skills before you start studying next week. So everyone's aware that session 6 starts next week and that you'll be in classes. Yep, all right, good. Who's logged on to their Canvas site already? Okay, there's a few of you. Okay, so for the people who haven't, you might want to have a look at, the Canvas sites that we have for each of the courses. So before I start, come in. Before I start, I always like to make an acknowledgement of country and just to recognise the lands on which we are meeting today, in which we are learning on. We are on the beautiful Gubbi Gubbi country or Kabi Kabi country here on the Sunshine Coast. And I'd just like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. And you might be interested to know that a lot of the names of suburbs around the Sunshine Coast are actually based on Indigenous names. So Mooloolaba, yeah, that was an Indigenous name, or the Mooloola River. Can't remember what it actually stands for, but I believe kabocha is something to do with the like a snake or something, the river snake. There's a place called Oodlo. You might not ever go to there, but it's a place sort of out in the hinterland. And that actually means eels. So, the eels that go in the water. And the reason is because in the waterways there's lots of eels in the water. So hence Oodlo. So that's just like a little bit of background about, like our area that we're in. Even some of the mountains that we have around here, like Mount Coolum, there's one called Nindari, some of the Glasshouse Mountains, they're all, again, named after Indigenous names as well. So we'd like to pay our respects to those people. I did introduce myself before. I'm a senior lecturer in international business. If you'll be studying in the international business class next week, is anyone doing IB at all? Yeah. Okay, well, you'll be having me next week. So you get to see me again. And yeah, I'm the postgraduate program coordinator. So if you have any issues with your program, you can come and talk to me. Or if there's anything that you want to change around, I'm not encouraging you to change things around, but if there's any issues that at a program level, you can come to myself or to Bianca as well. So we have you can contact me directly on the Dr. Jane Menzies email, or you can even contact us on the postgraduate business email. So both Bianca and I are on that email. So we will either be Bianca or myself returning. Oh, I'd just also like to acknowledge the people. There's quite a few people on the Zoom at the moment. So for people on the Zoom, if you've got any questions, Bianca's just monitoring the chat at the moment. So she'll answer your questions, and I'm happy to as well. Our Dean is meant to be coming as well, but I know he's stuck in another meeting that we were just having. So I'm sure he'll turn up soon. Okay, so that's us. We're here to help you. All right, so who are we? You've it looks like a lot of you have come from different countries. Who is an international student here? So everyone's an international student. Who is a domestic student? Oh, okay, we've got a few. Yeah, all right. And we do have a lot of domestic students who are online as well. So typically we run 2 different classes for each subject or for each course. So our daytime classes are usually around 12 till 3 p.m. And then we usually have either a 5 to 8 p.m. or a 6 to 9 p.m. class, depending on what the lecturer has decided on. And whatever mode that you're in, you can go to that class. So if you're an international student, you should be going to the day class. And if you're a part-time, and even domestic students can be coming to the day class. I don't know if you're enrolled in the day class. Yeah. So more than welcome to come to those too. You can have a little bit of chopping and changing between classes depending on what's going on. So, if you really need to go to the online class, you can, but just let your lecturer know or ask your lecturer. All right, so we've got international students. So who are the international students that are here for a year and a half or 2 years? So a couple of you, all right, yeah. And who are our dual degree international students who are here for maybe 6 months, like up until, yeah, all right, there's quite a lot of. All right, so we have, I guess we have quite a lot of, a few different cohorts that go on. We have our domestic students, we have our dual degree international partner students, and we also have our international students as well coming in from other countries. So that's what you'll probably see within your classrooms. Yes, so for our domestic students, what are you hoping to achieve out of your uni SC degree? And what degree are you doing? Okay. Yeah. Okay, excellent. So yeah, real sort of knowledge building and tying all of that knowledge up. Sounds good. And yes, in yourself.
Yes, I'm taking.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice to, just sort of take stock, relax a little bit, do a bit of study, do some reading, go to a class and all of those types of things. And yourself? Okay. Okay. So they're here. Excellent. Sounds good. Okay, welcome. Oh, by the way, there's also some orientation bags over there. So when you're on the way out, please grab one. It has some little tidbits and so on. So in today's session, and sorry, I should have like a bit of a, like a map of what we're doing today. But basically we're just going to go through, like all of these different things that you might want to know. We've got a current student at the moment, Sachin, he's going to talk. I'll also have the librarian come in and talk to you about the library resources that we have here as well. And then we'll also have Shivani, who comes from our Institute of Managers and Leaders. So basically for every student who's studying here, you actually get complimentary membership with the Institute of Managers and Leaders, which is an Australian-wide organisation that is trying to build management and leadership capabilities for people. So that's an opt-in thing. You don't have to join up if you don't want, but it is complimentary and it's free. And basically the School of Business and Creative Industries pays for your membership on your behalf. Okay, so basically, and just to give you a bit of context about what we have here, we've got a whole range of different programs. And so there might be some students who are doing MBA as an example, or there might be some students who are doing Master of International Business. Anyone doing Master of International Business? Yeah, a few hands there. Master of Management. Yeah, okay. Anyone doing our new program, Masters of Business Intelligence and Analytics? No. All right, that's okay. I think there might be some online, or they're going to get the recording later. So, okay. Yeah.
Yes, online we've got Malcolm who says, yes, I am.
Okay.
Masters of Business Intelligence.
Okay, excellent. So that's one of our new programs that we have. We also have our dual degree program, which is called the Master of Business Administration, Master of International Business. So there's people who are doing a 16 credit point program. I know Sachin's doing the MBA Extended. Anyone doing MBA Extended? Yep. All right, we've got a few. All right, international students. Excellent, thank you. Okay, so basically what we call this is sort of like an interlocked program, and each of these programs have their own focus. So our MBA will be our very sort of generalist business focused program. Then our Master of International Business is more of an international business focus, and Master of Management, you're really looking at the kind of, managerial aspects of business and things like managing and organizational behavior, leadership, innovation, and those types of things. Okay, so I guess it's useful. I mean, I know there's quite a lot of international dual degree students. You've got your map of what you have to do over the next 4 or 5 months. But for the students who are coming in and doing the MBA and things like that, you would have seen on the program site that we basically have what we call our required courses. So they're the required courses, and whatever program, what program are you doing? Graduate certificate, yeah. So basically the graduate certificate will have 2 required courses that you have to do, which is evidence-based decision-making and finance and accounting for managers. And then you'll have to do or then you have the choice of doing electives. So basically, as long as you follow the program structure and follow the sequence that we gave you, or that, you've been suggested, then you'll probably complete within the time in which you're meant to be completing, which is either 1.5 years full-time for full-time students, 3 years for part-time students, or 2 years for the MBA Extended longer programs and so on. Yeah, so basically we have some, like specializations. Even though it won't really affect you too much, next year we are making some program changes. So you'll still be, so whoever's come in at this, like today, you still follow this program, but you might be interested in doing some of the other subjects that are a part of the new program as well, which, yeah, there can be flexibility to do that too. When I talk about program changes, I'm more just saying, we've added in some specializations. We've given students the ability to go do ICT or business intelligence and analytics and things like that. So it's just more, greater opportunities. So yeah, just basically my advice to students coming in, follow the structure that you've been given, and you'll be okay. If you really want to do something somewhere else in the university, just say, so basically our degree says, oh yeah, you have to do this and you have to do that and the electives, but you really want to go do a subject in education, or you want to go do it in something else, you can ask me and I will give you approval to do that. So, so that's possible. Unfortunately, not so much with the international dual degree students. You're locked into what you have to do because you're only here for a short amount of time. So definitely, yeah, reach out to me for those types of queries and requests. So we have a bit of an international cohort. Who's from Austria here? Is there any Austrians? Oh, one. All right. Usually we have more. Germany. Yeah, okay, we're in Munich, everybody. No, joking. Do we have anyone from Switzerland? Yeah, okay. All right. Love the Swiss, love time, precision, Any other parts of Europe? What other countries? Which country? Oh, you're French. Okay. Bonjour. Okay. Oh, Luxembourg as well. Oh, very nice. Good. Okay. And what other countries?
And online.
Okay. Yes.
And online, we've got Nepal, Australia, Nepal, Australia. Australia here, Brisbane based, Nepal, and Australia, Port Macquarie.
Okay, excellent. So what we find with our domestic online students is that they'll be, they could be from around this area, they could be from Brisbane, or even, a greater, wider reach to New South Wales and Victoria, sometimes Western Australia, and so on and so on. Any students from China? No, okay, no. Japan? India, Nepal? Nepal. Okay, we've got a few, yes. Getting a lot of students from Nepal at the moment. And yeah, any other countries we've missed? Oh, Korea. Oh, very nice. I went to, Vietnam. Okay, we went to Vietnam last year on our study trip, which was really good. And actually went to South Korea last year too, which I really enjoyed. And it's actually a really nice, easy flight, from Brisbane straight up to South Korea. So there you go. All right, so that's just to give you a bit of context about, who we have, where, what are all the different countries that are coming in. And, and because I'm an international business person, try to think about how you could use those contacts or people, networks that you're meeting to, think about like international opportunities or collaborations or, things that you might want to do from a business perspective later on. Right, so just wanted to give you some of our awards that we've received over the last few years and just to assure you that you've made a good decision. I always like assuring people. Basically last year we won #1 in Australia according to the Good Universities Guide that we provide quality teaching here. I think our ranking was something like 96.1% of students were overall satisfied with our the teaching that we provide, hence why we got that ranking. We then got #2 in Australia for the AFR, Australian Financial Review BOSS ranking as well. So again, saying that we're doing a good job. And #1 overall for educational experience in Queensland. So again, you might not care about that kind of stuff, but more just to say, we're trying to give you a good education and we have quality processes. We're also AACSB accredited. Does anyone know what AACSB is or care or? Okay, so AACSB is basically an accreditation body that is a global body that we basically, align all of our processes in the business school to meet their kind of conditions and their accreditation standards. Apparently something like 6% of business schools worldwide are accredited with this body coming. So I might quickly go back and I'll introduce, sorry, I'm going to put you straight.
Welcome. My name is Mark. I'm the Dean of the School of Business Creative Industries. Welcome. Great to have you. Just wanted to say, well, look, you are in very good hands. Jane, Bianca, and the rest of the team are very passionate about your studies. They're also great researchers themselves. And we hope you have a really enjoyable experience with us. Yeah, I'll hand it back to you.
Okay.
But of course, look, all our doors are open, obviously, Jane, colleagues, but mine as well. So if you're up and about, talking to Jane, come and say hello and we can have a chat. Cheers. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Excellent.
I'll just say it.
Okay. So in actual fact, our office is right above where we are right now. So if you just like walk up the stairs or walk over those stairs and come up, that's where my office is. And that's also where Mark's office and also Bianca's office too. Yeah, I forgot that. Okay, so yeah, so we've got our AACSB accreditation, which is just saying that all of the things that we do have quality processes and we assure your learning in your teaching. Okay, so what about your values? What do you value and what does UniSC value? We value sustainability. Do people care about sustainability here? Why should we care about sustainability? What's going on in our world? Yeah. Yeah. Circular economy, yeah, reusing, recycling, all of those types of things. What's happening as well, like from, a country level, like what's Australia trying to achieve or what's Europe trying to achieve? Yeah, like net zero targets, whether it be 2035 or 2050. Do you think we'll meet those targets? How can we achieve those targets? So basically, they're one of our key values that we have here at UniSC, and we try to embed them within our courses. So when you go and do a course such as my own course, which is now called Sustainable International Business Management, you'll actually find that, you know, we talk about sustainability and we talk about how multinationals might achieve sustainability. Similarly, I think some of you might be doing the innovation subjects over the next session 6 and session 7. In actual fact, our PRME lead, who is also our sustainability lead, teaches those 2 subjects. So she's very passionate about sustainability and how we can use innovation and design thinking to achieve sustainable outcomes within organisations. Okay, so do we all kind of agree that we need to be sustainable and we're thinking about it and we think that it's an important part of perhaps our careers at a later point in time? Okay, our other key value here is community as well. You know, we're very strong on community. That's one of our key university values. And I really hope that over the next 4 months or, you know, over your degrees, you're able to develop community with your other students, the people that are currently in the room or people that you might meet online or in classes and so on and so on. So, and also integrity, which we try to embed through all of our different courses. Okay, so what are some of the key values that are important to you? Apart from what's on the board, anything else?
Transparency,
Okay, transparency, yeah. So, yeah,
clear, expected outcomes.
yep. Yeah, definitely. Maybe in the workplace, but maybe in the classroom as well. Yeah, okay. So this is our assignment. This is what you're meant to do. If you do this, this is the result that you might get, and so on. Okay, any others? Why are you here? Why are you wanting to study postgraduate business? Growth and development, professional development, perhaps even some personal development as well. Okay, so so think about these values. Think about, I guess, from a community aspect. We also have like a lot of different things that we have on offer here, and I'm sure Sachin will talk about those types of things as a current student. But you might want to get involved in things like our postgraduate student association, or you might want to get involved in Students as Partners group, where you can basically do little activities, contribute to university life. One of the other good things about that is we often give out awards to students who do those types of things, which again could be something that you put on your CV for when you're going off to your employment. All right, so we've got a current student, Sachin Modi. So Sachin is doing MBA Extended, and I've just asked Sachin to come along and just sort of give his perspectives on what it's like being a current student and, maybe some tips and tricks and all of those types of things. So I'll just share your PPT.
Hi everyone. How's everyone doing? Everyone's cold, warm? It is supposed to be sunny. As the name goes, it's not very sunny. But no worries. Next few days, the sun's gonna go away and rain's gonna go away and we're gonna get sun.
Oh, sorry, I did get your little PowerPoint, so now I think I've lost it. Okay, 5 seconds. I'm going to get it.
So I'm gonna talk to you guys just about some tips and tricks that I've gained over the past few years, and also things that I've picked up while being here and what my experience is like. And I know that a lot of you have already finished your undergrad degree, which means that you already know these tips and tricks. So treat this as more of a reiteration, a refresher, a reminder on things you can do to better your studies, things you can do to build your network, make friends, and just most of all, balance everything out.
Sorry, I've lost it. And
For those
I'll
doing
leave it.
the MBA, I'm sure you guys have seen that there's a WhatsApp group. That group is for any questions that you have. You can ask each other admin-related questions, course-related questions. If you're bored, just can put a message up there as well. Yeah,
Yeah, getting there. Thank you. Sorry.
awesome.
Ta-da. There you go. Thank you, Sachin.
Which one is it?
You can go that way. Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, as Dr. Menzies said, I'm a postgrad student here. I'm busy doing my MBA extended. I've been here for about 6 months. I started in March. And so far I've done, I don't know how many I've done. I think 5 or 6 courses thus far. So just beginning of my degree, I'm here for 2 years. And I've got a background in mechanical engineering and big data science. I did these in South Africa. I'm actually from South Africa. Then I've also got a passion for improvement, for sustainability, for optimizing things. That's what I like to do. And then outside of university, I like riding my motorbike. I like to relax, sleep, watch TV. And then I've got a dog. I brought him over from South Africa. I like to show him off whenever I can. I'm using this opportunity to do that. He's a almost 5 years old staffy. His name is Drake. I must put a precaution, not precaution, forgot the word, but I named him well before anything happened with the current Drake. Must just put that out there. Awesome. So what's it like being a student at the university? So far, I've found it enjoyable and rewarding. There's a lot of things that I've learned at the university, a lot of interactions with the lecturers, with other students that I've gained valuable experience, made some good friends, some good connections. So it's been a very rewarding experience. But also, the one thing that I've noticed is all the lecturers are all very supportive. If you've got any questions, you're welcome to email them, welcome to set up some time with them. They're always there to help. And then it's also a good environment to learn, to build your knowledge, because there's so many different materials that the university provides, services they provide, that are there to help us students, whether it's just academic material, or whether it's even just places to relax. I know, for example, down here somewhere, I forgot the room number, but just behind the cafe, there's that student center. Yes, Guild. The Guild, you can go there, relax there. I know they got a pool table, and you can go whenever you want to. I know for students that are staying nearby, there's always some meetups happening. So it's a good place to also make new friends. And then also, throughout the lectures and your courses, you'll find that they give you real world examples that mean something, examples that show you or explain to you what you're actually supposed to be learning. For example, and I've learned this in my evidence-based decision-making course, the lecturer, his name is Rory. His favorite example is Nicolas Cage. And you might be wondering why I've got him up there. In the course, he teaches us about correlations and how sometimes the correlations can be true. Data-wise, it says it's true, but doesn't make logical sense. And this is one of them. For some reason, whenever Nicolas Cage makes movies, and the more movies he makes, as morbid as it sounds, there are more drowns that happen. People drown more. And the numbers just show it. There is a very high correlation, but it just doesn't make sense. So these are like fun things. Well, it's a bit morbid, but fun things that you learn throughout the degree. In terms of tips and tricks that I've learned and used throughout my career and my degrees, I've broken it up into 2 sections. The first section is on a course base. So you've got 3 parts to the course. You've got beginning of the course, during the course, and after the course. So at the beginning of the course, make sure that you know what the course is about. Go there knowing who the lecturer is, when are the times for your lectures, and know how to use Canvas. Most of the material is all provided on Canvas. Your lectures are there. If you are taking the online classes, the links for the classes are all there. So explore Canvas, become comfortable using it, because you're going to be using it for quite some time. Then during the course, participate with the class, ask questions, engage with the class. You'll see that a lot of the classes are also very interactive, and you can learn from each other. For example, I've learned from people who have been in industry for years. And while they've taught me a lot of new things, I can also teach them something new. So always learn, have an open mindset, learn from other people. Then the university also provides a library, both in person, which is that direction, and online. The in-person library, you can go there, you can study, you can meet up with people and do study groups, and they've got tons of books and quiet areas. The online library provides access to a whole bunch of different journal websites, newspaper articles, things that you might have to pay for, but the university gives it to us for free. Use those things during your studies to help write your reports or your assignments and gather the knowledge and everything. Then the next thing is just to plan realistically. It's good to be optimistic, but it's also good to be realistic with what you can do, what you can't do. So within your 8-week cycle of your sessions, the first 6 weeks are your course, are your classes. The 7th week is usually there for you to finish your second assignment. And then the last week, you can have a little break between sessions. So plan out the 6 weeks. Plan out what are you going to do, how are you going to do it, when you're going to do it. It doesn't have to be to the point, to the T, but it has to just be in a draft or a working document that you can use. For example, in my bedroom, on my wall, I've just got a simple calendar. I mark the dates of my lectures. I mark the dates of when my assignments are due, and I can plan my time accordingly. The next thing is to focus on understanding the topics. As postgrad students, we're not spoon-fed and regurgitating material. We're taught to understand and apply our own thinking, our own understanding of the work. So focus on trying to get a strong understanding of the work and not just regurgitating the material. And then, like I mentioned before, the lecturers are there to help. Their job is not only to teach, but to help. That's kind of part of the whole thing. So if you need help, message them. You can either do it email if you want to chat with them privately, or on Canvas, there's a discussion board. You can put messages up there, and anyone in the class can also answer to you. They can also reply to you, that kind of thing. There's one more thing that I want to mention that I haven't put here, is that when you start your classes, you'll notice that for every session, you might have different people in your class. What I've found is that it's useful to make a group when you start the class, because then if you need help, you can ask people on the group. If you don't want to ask the lecturer, you can build friendships like that. You can work together, study together. That's another way to also just interact with other people. And then after the course finishes, reflect on the course. How did you do it? Is there anything that you weren't happy about, anything that you are happy about? Use these things as next steps to do the next course and as learning steps on going forward. And then overall, the main thing is to build friendships, build your professional network. A lot of different backgrounds here. We've got people from Germany, I think one Austrian, a lot of people from Nepal. So a lot of diverse backgrounds. Interact with people, learn from people, learn about their backgrounds, their experiences, because everyone has a different experience and something that you can learn. Balance your studies with, and if you're working, with your work, and also with relaxing. One of the best pieces of advice I've been given by my uncle was work hard now so that when I want to go out, when I want to relax, when I want to go have a drink with some friends, or I want to go just watch a movie or go to the park, I can do that without worrying about my studies or my work because I've put in the effort now. So put the effort now so that when you want to do these things, it doesn't hold you back. You don't think about it at the back of your mind. The next thing is, we all know that there's AI available. You've got ChatGPT, you've got Copilot, whatever the one from Elon Musk is called. I think it's called Grok. But you've got all these tools. Now, that's what they are. They're tools. They're not there to do your assignments. They're there to help you and help you learn. You got a question, you can ask it, but don't ask it to do your assignments for you. Use it as a learning aid to push you forward and get you to where you want to be. Then use the resources the university offers, whether it's joining different clubs, meeting people, or in terms of the study, using the online library or communicating with the lecturers or the rest of the class. Use them and use them. And then also just keep an open mind, keep a growth mindset, always learn, because there's always something you need to learn throughout the course. So so I wish you all the best. And if you're doing the MBA, you can give a shout out to me and I can help you where I can. Yeah.
Thank you, Sachin, for coming along. This is just a small token of my appreciation for you coming all this way from Northlakes.
Give it up for Sachin.
You'll hang around for a little bit. Yeah. And so Sachin will be around and you can ask him some questions at the end if you have any questions. But so thank you again. Excellent. All right. I see that there's Sue here as well. So I'm actually going to get Sue to come up and talk. Sue is an amazing person. She works in the library and she knows all of the university databases. The reason why I love I'll just give a message of importance. The reason why I love learning how to use the university databases is when I did my Bachelor of Commerce many, many years ago, and I got to probably my last 4 subjects, I finally realized that there were university databases that I could use to search for information. So I just figured that if I just learnt about that, at the start, then I would have probably been 100% better throughout my degree. So hence why we have Sue. Okay, no, that's okay. I think I've, oops. Oh, no, because it's in another slide, sorry. It's just that it got too long if I was going to put it all in one. Sorry, everyone. So I'm just going to reshare. There we go. Yeah. And over to Sue. Thank you, Sue.
Thank you. Well, thanks everyone. Well, thank you, Jane, for the lovely introduction. And I'll be talking about databases, but I'd also like you welcome to the library as well, because I want to make you feel at home when you go over there. We're here to help you. And when I do tours, I always show where the toilets are and stuff like that before we even get to the books. So please come over. We're open 24 hours a day and your swipe card will get you in. And yeah, there's quiet spaces. We've got lots of resources there. We've also got the online library, which is what Sachin mentioned. So I'll be showing you about that. And we acknowledge the traditional custodians on the land on which we live, work and study. We pay our respects to local Indigenous elders, past, present and emerging, and recognise the strength, resilience and capacity of all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. Okay. Now, we were talking about, we mentioned databases before, and yeah, you do get access to them for free, but it's included as part of your fees, and we've paid thousands of dollars to get these databases. So in order to show you what the databases can do, I'm going to work through an example, and I'm also going to talk about what resources you need for your study, what would be helpful, and how you can search for information using those databases, and where you can get help as well. So, yeah, I'll go through that. To get to your course readings, they're on Canvas and it's called Course Readings. And then we've also got the library search engine, which we call Library Search. And then we've got those databases like what I mentioned. So that's what your course readings are going to look like. A lot of lecturers will have it set up week by week, and it could be a mixture of journal articles and books. And my example for today, I could have brought along a prop of Dresden glasses. It's an eyewear company that's based in Australia, and they have a basic frame of, well, they're sort of square shape, and they've also got the round shape, and then they have them from recycled plastic, and they're in all different colours. I've got mine in bright orange at home, and red cordial I've got as well. But I went nuts and I got all the colours, and you can pop the lenses out and put them into the different frames, and you can mix and match the arms and stuff as well. It's the question I have is, can you take a company, a product like Dresden and take it to New Zealand? So this is the Dresden company, and you can get glasses like for under $100. And they often have sales and 2 for 1 and things like that. In order to get specialist information, I've got the library homepage here, and we've got library search, which is called library. It's got library resources just there in that top box. We've got the databases in a little box underneath, and there's specialist resources that you may not get from you won't get it from just doing a Google search. You have to go through the library, and it's under company information there. And this is just doing a search on library search, and I'm looking for renewable or green or recycled as an idea, and eyewear or spectacles and Dresden, just to see if I can get some journal articles or even newspaper articles, anything at all really. And then I've got one of our databases is ProQuest, and we were talking about, Sachin mentioned Gen AI before, and it does give you a summary there, which can be a good starting point. But if you're reading a journal article, you'll get the summary in the abstract anyway. So either way, it's a starting point. There's these specialist databases that we've got, IBIS World. If you were a consumer outside of the uni, it costs like $1,000 a report, but you get them for free. So we've got that database, MarketLine and OECD Library. And just going back to the library page and going to company information. And then this is taking me to IBIS World. I'm looking for stuff on glasses, on optometry, spectacles, and it gives me a report from there of like the latest market information. And then this is MarketLine. You get a variety of information through there. You get company and industry reports, industry data, country information, city data, case studies. So you can, I'm just looking for information on, say, New Zealand. So I'm going up to geographies up there, or I could search on a particular area like optometry. But I'm just looking for Australia. You can go to not Australia, New Zealand, because I want to go to New Zealand. And I go to the map, and then I get the country profile, and it will take me through that. Then I've got the OECD library, and it's got I think it's country information I'm looking for. Yeah, browse by country. So I'm looking for New Zealand again. Sorry. But the main thing with the company information going directly to those databases is it's the best information and it's going to save you time going to the best source. And it's a recommended source as well. This is just going, well, we went to the library and I went to databases and that's how I got started with it. But also there's more business databases than what I've just said there. That's just some specialized company information databases. There's a whole set of different ones like Emerald and ProQuest and Business Source Ultimate. So there's heaps of databases to look under. The big thing is that we want you to do well. So we're here to support you, and lots of people use library chat, which is available from the library page. And you can just chat online and a librarian can help you with that. We've also got library guides, and as well as that, you can book an appointment with a librarian for, say, 20 minutes, and they can help you with an assessment in finding information, which may even possibly come to me because you're postgraduate. So, yeah, that's the library guides. And that's, there's business, and there's also a whole bunch of how-to guides, which are useful for like how to search for information or if you're starting an assessment. We've got a bunch of academic skills guides there as well. And this is where on the library page, this is contact the library. And yeah, probably the easiest way is chat with a librarian, or you can also book an appointment with us. And yeah, you can fill in a form or email us or ring us. So chat service is during the week. You can book an appointment, and you can email, if you email the SBCI, library SBCI, that comes to me. And so what we did today is we're looking for the good sources of information. And so I mentioned those databases that are the recommended sources to look for. And I also mentioned course readings. And I was talking about how you can get support through the library guides, through chat, and also through the appointments. And is there any questions at all? Yes, you've probably got so much to take in, but I just want you to feel welcome and feel like family. We're like, go and ask for help because we don't mind. We'd love to help you. The help desk is on level 2, but there's an IT help desk on level 1 of the library. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sue, for coming along. Yeah, and it's always good, you know, later on in about 3 weeks when you're like, oh my God, I've got to do my assignment. And Sue. Okay, calm down. So, you know, you've met Sue now and you can, yeah, as you know, make an appointment. Yes. Thank you so much, Sue. Have a lovely afternoon. Bye. Alrighty. So, yeah. Your section, yeah.
Hang on, let's get the mic so the people online can hear as well.
If there's one thing I can say, IBIS World is very, very useful. It has a ton of reports, ton of data sets that you can use whenever you need for your courses. I've used it for multiple of my courses, and I've only been here for what, 5-6 months. So IBIS World is very useful.
Yeah. And if you're doing international business, yeah, you'll definitely be using all of the things that Sue just talked about. So all the databases, MarketLine, IBIS World, and those types of things. Okay, so let's keep on progressing. We've got probably to about 4:30ish. At around 4:30, we're going to have some afternoon tea outside and some coffee. 5 o'clock, Bianca's going to do a campus tour and show you around the campus. She'll show you the library, the gym, the this, the that. Oh, she'll point you in the direction of the gym. The gym's quite far on the other side of the university. We often don't walk over there unless we're super fit. Okay, so for our students who are doing the, full degrees, so not the dual degree students, you might have done study at other universities before. You can actually apply for credit as well if you've done other postgraduate studies here at another university. Sometimes we also give credit for prior learning as well. So perhaps in the workplace, we might have someone who has, I know, worked 20 years in project management and has done other certificates in project management. I'm not going to sit there and make you sit through a general project management course again. You can get a credit for that, based on your prior experience and, whatever else that you have. So just like to point that out. So we have, it's called Credit at UniSC. You can just Google Credit UniSC, you'll get to the web page. There's a process for how you apply. You're usually putting up your prior degrees and information. If you're doing RPL, then you might be doing things like writing up, your experience and how it matches a course learning outcome. Okay, so what it's like studying here. You've got a little bit of taste from Sachin, but from my perspective, or from our perspective, our teaching is informal, but it is still formal. We formally teach you, but we're informal and we're collegial. We were postgraduate students ourselves, and we're one level higher, PhD. So Bianca has a PhD, and you actually find that most or all of your teaching staff should actually have PhDs that are teaching you, because that's our university or Australian government requirement that we have to have that. So we view you as colleagues. I have talked about this before, but our teaching format, you'll have your Canvas sites that, for the people who said that they haven't gone into it yet, hope you go home and log into your Canvas sites. But what you'll have in your Canvas site is, things like pre-readings. You'll have little concept videos that your lecturer has created. You might have a little YouTube video. You might have a little question to answer or a little case study. And so basically the idea is that you go through those before you come to class, and then you come to class and the lecturer is not going to be there lecturing you, not like back in the day when we used to sit up there and lecture everyone. We'll be there doing, activities, we'll be doing case assessments, we'll be doing analysis and those types of things. So it's very much an active learning type of an approach that we do. Okay, so our suggested time commitment is about 12 hours per week, 12, I don't even know why I've got 12.5 hours to be exact, but around 12 hours per course. So our full-time study load is 2 courses per session. So everyone's aware that we're in 6-week sessions, which are kind of like 8 weeks, because you end up having, as Sachin mentioned, week 7 to do your last piece of assessment, and then you get a break. So for all of our dual degree students who are going on holidays, it's usually around that time that you'll be going on your break after you've submitted your second assignment. Okay, so and that includes all that course reading that I talked, or the materials that I've talked about on the Canvas site, and then your participation in class as well. We usually have 2 assessment pieces per subject, and they're usually due in around week 4 for the first piece of assessment, and then week 7 for the second piece of assessment. It'd all be specified on your course site, the exact time, the date. Someone pulled me up on my course site and said, your assignment's due in 2027. And I'm like, whoa, how did I even write that? Must have been tired. Anyway, so our assessment, we'll already have told you when those assessments are due in. Okay, so in terms of attendance, we love you coming to class. We expect you to come to class, but it is not mandatory. However, if you're an international student, it kind of is mandatory because the government says that you must come to class. But yeah, come to class. You're paying for this education. Why not be there and engage with the the class and the activities? So So we're here providing that for you. And, you know, we feel that the best outcomes are like that. But we do understand that, you know, on a week by week basis, you might be, I know your workplace has said, oh, you've got this report due and you've got to do that. Or your workplace might want you to go off here or go there. So, you know, yeah, sometimes you might not need to, or you can't go. We will record all of our workshops as well, and then they get put up into the Canvas site at the completion of that online workshop every week. I'm going to talk about academic integrity and plagiarism a bit later on. Okay, so who's logged into the student portal? Yeah. It's still important, but so basically the student portal is that place where you do your enrolments. You might have other types of information. Oh, there we go. You've got your link to your Canvas. You've got USC Central, and yeah, usually a whole range of other. So, hi, Ferdy. How are you? Thank you for coming. I'd like to just introduce our accounting professor, Professor Ferdinand Gould. So if you're Professor Gould is, what was it, number 17 in the world for, yeah, we're just talking about, you know, like, so auditing and finance, or audit, was it auditing? So,
Yes, finance.
yeah, so you've got one of the most top professors in the world teaching your class, and I think that's pretty good. All right, so yeah, so we've got our student portal, we've got library, we've got LinkedIn Learning. Is that where you get your LinkedIn Learning from? Yeah, it's from the portal, and then it connects into your LinkedIn, and you know, you might be sort of interested in those types of things as well. And any other key academic dates. So this is what your Canvas site might look like. We would tend to put our announcements there. So there are all those different types of things about, you know, what's going on this week, read this thing, read that, oh, your assignment's due next week, those types of things. All the course outline, teaching team details, the learning materials that I talked about before are there too. And in your Canvas sites, this is where you'll be getting your assignment information. You'll also get rubrics. Has anyone seen the rubrics before or know what a rubric is? No. Okay. Or you, by the end of your degrees, you'll definitely know what a rubric is. Okay. So basically, each assessment piece that you do, you get measured on a rubric for it. So basically, the rubric will tell you, to get a high distinction, what do I need to do? If you do this, you do that, then you'll get, you know, or hopefully get a high distinction. So let's see, sort of, yeah, around there. Okay, so this is also where you'll get your information or your feedback on your assignments. So how you are marked to the rubric, and then also the feedback that the lecturer had provided to you or the marker had provided to you on your assessment as well. And then we also do our evaluates. We really encourage you to fill out your evaluate forms and you know, give feedback about how was the course. Was there any ways that you could, the lecturer could improve the course, because we're all about continuous improvement. So really encourage you to do that. All right, so as I said, we've got 2 assessment pieces per course. We've got a variety of like case studies, reports, presentations, proposals, plans, mix of group and individual assignments as well. We know that students get frustrated with group assignments, but you know, we try to not do too much of it, but we still recognise that we all need to work in teams and in groups. So try and pick people that you know will do how you want them to do. I say that there's no supervised exams. Actually, there's one subject that has an exam, but none of the project management does. So all other subjects that you do won't actually have an exam. And we just very much have a strong focus on applying the theory to current practice. So, you know, there might be a theory, there might be pestle analysis, just as an example. How might that be applied to, you know, an international business situation? Or, I don't know, Ferdy, in your subject, do you do like practical, you know,
accounting and finance, MBA 7, oh, sorry. Thank you. In MBA 704, that's the course that I coordinate. So it's part accounting and part finance. Now what we do there is try to get you up to speed to be able to read Woolies, for example, or BHP. you're all interested in Woolies, right? Woolworth. And you look at the financial statements. How do you understand the financial statements? What is it, the kind of information that will give you an idea of what Woolies is doing? Look at the corporate governance. You might even be interested, how many females are there on the board of Woolies? Because there's a lot of research on gender diversity. So that kind of information is there. And so, as Jane has explained, we don't do exams, at least for the course that I'm teaching, I'm involved in, but it is assessed. And it's the, you know, the famous saying, when the tires hit the road, that's what we are all about. The tires hitting the road. What's practical? What's going to be useful when you go out as graduates, so that you can read financial statements and nobody can pull a wool over your eyes and, you know, say this is something else. That's all we're doing. We're getting you to be practical, but at the same time, it's knowledge, it's theory driven, because there are lots of very good scholarly theories that are relevant. Theories underlie many of the issues that you look at. That's clear enough, I hope.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Ferdy. Great. So for the people who didn't know what Woolies was, Woolworths is our, like, one of the main supermarkets. No, we call it, yeah, we call it Woolies, you know, so it's Australian. All right. So traditional semester or trimester would usually be about 12 weeks. But as we know, and we've talked about, our sessions are only 6 weeks. We will have, you'll have 2 courses for full time, or if you're a part-time student, you'll only have 1 course per session. And then we have the little break, and then you come back again for session 7, just as an example. Okay, pretty much gone through this. You can study online, face-to-face. We've got 4 equal sessions per year. And yeah, I've already said that, so I might keep on moving on. We've already talked about the library. You'll, again, probably by your second session that you're studying, I'm sure you would have, you know, used the library and got used to it, know where, as section would know, you know, you would know what was going on in those resources as well. We also provide a whole range of other academic support as well. So things like learning, you know, you can put your, like a bit of work up into this tool called Studiosity. And that will give you some feedback on your writing. How's your writing going? It doesn't need to be any improvement on it. And I guess there's a whole range of other types of academic support, you know, around how to write a report, or how to do a presentation, or even, you know, how to answer an assignment question, and so on. Okay, so here at the university, we also have a range of support services. We've got our student success team, we've got health and wellbeing. So if you, I don't know, need some counselling, you can have, is it free counselling? Yeah, you can have access to free counselling. We've got careers and employability. We've got our IT services. So the IT service is in the library. Yeah, so you can go to the library if you're having problems with accessing any of the software. We have Safe USC, which again is on the back of your student card. There's a phone number there. You can also download the Safe USC app. I guess that might be important if you're here late at night on campus and, you know, it's a bit scary, that kind of thing. So, you know, and the app actually has something where you can directly call, you know, if there's an emergency. So that's just, you know, something helpful to know. And a whole range of other types of services that we have. So this is our Sippy Downs campus. I know that we have students who are online as well. So for our students who are online, you're more than welcome to use the campuses if you're close to one, whether it be our Sippy Downs campus or our Moreton Bay campus. And similarly, if you're based on Sippy Downs and you're down at Moreton Bay, you're more than welcome to go use the Moreton Bay campus too. So there's also a library down there. So we have our nice little gym area. So you can join the university gym. I believe you get a discount as a university student.
Yes, there is a student discount and a staff discount.
Okay, student stuff. Yeah. All right. Oh, you also get a discount at the cafe as well. So that's a, you know, go and show your card. And it's quite significant, actually. I think if we pay $8 or $9 for something, you're paying $3 or $4 for the same thing. So Good for you. So yeah, we've got our library, we've got cafes, we've got childcare. You can go for a swim, especially in those warmer months, and our art gallery and things like that. Okay, so with emails, just recommend to, you're trying to contact your lecturer, put in your course code, send them, put in, if you're asking a question about the assessment, put in, I'm for MGT 704, task 2, I've got a question about this. And it's often also helpful just to put in your student ID as well, just so, if the lecturer has to go back into the Canvas site and go, oh, who's this person? And I need to cross-check who that was. So more information is always better. We pretty much have a kind of, I guess, like a service level agreement to, provide feedback to you, if you ask a question, to respond back to you within 2 working business days. Sometimes we get really busy and we get lots of emails, and it might be that your email might have fallen through the cracks. I just had someone email me on Sunday, and then I had all these other ones going on, and then on Wednesday she's like, oh, did you get my email? And I'm like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it. But yeah, so yeah, just follow up after 2 days if you don't get a response. Okay, everyone knows what academic integrity is? Plagiarism, cheating, yeah, don't do it. Do your own work, reference your, if you're reading a journal article and it's, reference the author. I guess it's about respect, but it's also just about the acknowledgement of other people's ideas. If you get a report that by the OECD or, I don't know, World Trade Organization, reference it. The World Trade Organization said this. And the reason being, because as academics, when we're marking your work, we're also looking at, did you get a good quality source? Or did you just reference Wikipedia? Is Wikipedia a good source? No. No. Yeah, because anyone can kind of, alter Wikipedia. So we want good quality sources. And the reason why we want good quality sources is because we want to know that you're making informed decisions based on good data or good information. So that's why. All right, so don't do any of this, collusion, cheating, don't pay other people to do your assignments. If you get caught, I have seen in other universities, people being expelled from the university for, engaging in contract cheating. So, do your own work. And I kind of wonder, I actually go, why would you actually pay someone else to do that work for you? You're here to learn, yeah, anyway, that's my advice. Okay, so we've got our referencing and plagiarism. We have guides. Most of our academics will use the Harvard style of referencing. Has everyone come across referencing before? Has anyone not? No. Feel free to reach out to your lecturers. They'll have resources. The library websites have references too. Okay, what about AI? Are we just like putting our assignment question into AI and it creates it for us? No. But, we are moving in this world, this fast-paced world of where, the reality is that in our workplaces, we will be using AI, or we are. Who's using AI in their workplaces already? Yeah. Okay. What are you using it for? Okay. Yeah. Doesn't it? Great, love it. Put all my data into into AI, and I said, create me a graph. And I did it in 5 seconds. Otherwise, I would have sat there in Excel going plug, 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 create me a graph. No, it didn't like that graph. So yeah.
Always check your output.
Oh, okay, yeah, no. All right, I always
Because
check.
AI falsifies the information.
It hallucinates. Yeah. Okay, so on the one hand, we face this balancing act at university that we want to teach you how to use AI, and we are starting to do that as well. But we don't want you to use AI to write your entire assignments or write sections of it, because that equals plagiarism and cheating. So we also have an ethical use of generative AI policy here at the University of the Sunshine Coast. And it basically says that the lecturer, for each assessment piece, will give you advice as to whether you can have limited use of AI or no use. They might actually say no use of AI whatsoever. They might say limited/medium use. Maybe you can use it to generate ideas. Maybe you can use it to fix up your English or your language. Even like Grammarly is an example of, Grammarly's an AI tool as well. Or whether there's full use. Maybe, what we're actually teaching you is, use this AI to, I don't know, make a decision on something or to analyze some type of data and so on. So just be aware of that.
May I just add
Yeah.
to that, even the full use, if you're fully allowed to use AI, it still says as a co-pilot. So that means you can't just plug your assignment question into AI and let AI write your assignment. That's still a no-go. So as a co-pilot, as in you're going back and forth, that is acceptable, but it's still not acceptable to let AI completely write your assignment.
Okay, so the other things that you'll have here is you'll have to do your academic integrity module. Who's done their academic integrity module? Yeah, all right. So everyone else, that's the other homework that you have over the weekend is to do that. And just our Respect at Uni SE module, who's done that? A few of you. Yeah, thank you. And really, this is just about, what's acceptable behaviour. Everyone's behaving quite well now, how do you, on the whole, most of the time people behave well, but there can be situations where people don't behave well in class, and that's why we have this module. All right, fun stuff. We still have some spots left for our Cambodia study tour that will be going in 26th of October to the 2nd of November. It's a 1-week study tour. I think I've got like 5 or 6 spots left. Yes? No, I know, I feel bad. I'm like, I know that there's people who have like done, I actually said to our global colleagues, can you start onboarding everyone now? The reason why is because I originally only had 12 spots, but I negotiated with our dean to get some more spots. So yeah, so if you've already applied, you'll be getting something within the next week so this is a part of our MBA 730, which is our, it's basically like our capstone course. We'll be going to Cambodia. It's a mixture of culture, of business, we'll even have a university trip, a university visit, guest speakers. We'll go off to the Australian Embassy. We'll find out about what Cambodia is like. So what we do is that we actually subsidise your in-country costs. So the costs for your accommodation, the costs for transport within Cambodia, and some meals. Actually, the tour company that we use, they basically fed us until we were like, no more food, please stop feeding us. So basically most of the food. But what's not included is like your international return flight from Australia to Cambodia and back again, and also the MBA 730 course fee as well, and any other sort of incidentals like, I think it actually also includes visas too, and it's a few other little bits and pieces like tipping. Anyway. All right, so if you're interested in that, you can still apply. Our EOI, expression of interest date, is the 22nd of August next week. So yeah, put it in if you want to come. And for people who are kind of like on the dual degrees, you can also come if you want, and we can do variations for you to, have that course count towards your home university and count to our degrees as well. So feel free to come. All right, do we have Shivani on the line?
Hey Jane, I'm here.
Oh, sound? Sorry, I'm just going to get your little picture up, Shivani, as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds good. Thank you.
Do you want to talk again, Shivani?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I had this in because we just heard her as well.
Can you hear me
I-
now?
I don't think it's Shivani. I think it's our system because I had this in the collaboration studio as well.
Right.
Yeah.
When I pushed up, so you shouldn't really make a difference.
Yeah. No, it was something to do with our mic. Sorry, our like audio or something. You know, like in the Zoom setting or
Setting. I mean, if it's in the Zoom setting, then it would be
Yeah.
nice. Oh, okay. Actually, let's look at that. Let me share.
sorry guys, just talk between yourselves while we sort the it was, I think it might have been something to do.
Yeah, just see here, share audio.
Mm.
Share audio. What about share sound file? It's still better. Yeah, I'll switch it first.
Oh, Shivani, you've got yourself on mute. Do you want to?
Yeah, I
No,
had muted it just now.
All right. Shivani, I might just do the presentation. I think I've heard it enough times. So we have Shivani from the Institute of Managers and Leaders. So there's something to do with the university systems about people zooming in, which is quite painful. But all right, so I'll get you to share the yes, share the slides again.
It should be these ones.
So it was, I think it's that. Oh yeah.
Want to share.
Okay, so I talked about our IML partnership or our Institute of Managers and Leaders before. So everyone has complimentary access to IML, and IML is one of our Australian bodies for promoting managers and leaders. So you might have heard of bodies such as like the Chartered Accountants or CPA. This is a similar body such as that are focused on managers and leaders. Sorry, I just have to.
Okay, I think if you just click on the slide.
Okay. So what is the vision of Institute of Managers and Leaders? Just to create better managers and leaders for a better society and to also raise the standards of business and managers as well in Australia and New Zealand. Sorry, you'll have to click for me. So what are the benefits of having IML membership, and especially for our domestic students or students who are here within Australia, and especially our international students, dual degree students? I know that you're here for a few months. You still might benefit from it as well, and feel free to take up the membership if you want. But you get your membership for the total time that you're a part of this degree. So, so if your degree goes for another 2 years, you'll have access to the membership then, and then also 1 year after completion as well. So it could be 2 or 3 years worth of membership that you actually get with IML. You also get to use the nationally recognised post-nominals, which is the IML at the end of your name. So when you're, on your email, you can put Jane Menzies IML as an example. The other thing that IML offer to you is a personalised 360-degree feedback sheet or form, needs analysis. That basically helps you work out, what are your areas for improvement. So definitely for, our domestic students who are, interested in, stepping up, getting to the next level, improving their professional development, this might be a really useful tool to think about, what are the things that you could do to improve those things. They also have exclusive networking opportunities. They also have an award-winning industry mentor program. And so you could be matched with a mentor, say, in Victoria or in Western Australia or wherever, because obviously we can use Zoom and Teams to meet with our mentors. And I know one of our students, she's just about to finish. She was from the Solomon Islands, and then she got given a mentor from Shepparton in Victoria, which I kind of thought that's kind of funny because, someone from Shepparton to Solomon Islands mentoring someone, which she found really beneficial. So there's a whole range of other benefits such as industry events and projects, online learning opportunities and developmental days. So you can not only do all of the things that you're doing here at UniSC, but then also do the things that IML are offering. Next slide, please. So there's obviously a range of benefits by getting involved. Employers think that, if you're a part of a professional membership, that you're probably, I don't know, you've got better job expectations, better understanding of the workplace and those types of things, and, better understanding of how to professionally act and so on. Okay, so you can sign up or we can click that QR code if you're interested in signing up. We have, basically a sign up sheet. We would have also sent that out to you through the email when we, got you to register for the orientation as well. So feel free to sign up if you like. Anyone still getting the? And we have, there's a few upcoming events. So IML have an open day, which you can sign up to, which is a developmental day. And sorry, Shivani, I'm sure you could have talked more about what that entails. And we'll also have our partner event on the 14th of October as well. So basically we hold partner events here on the Sunshine Coast, usually in our Innovation Centre. We get industry to come along, IML, 4556 Chamber, and our students, and talk about, I don't know, leadership or cybersecurity or, I don't know, sustainability and those types of things. So just a whole range of things for people to engage with and to engage in thought leadership. Okay, any questions on IML membership? Yep. Feedback. Okay. All right. Yeah, no. So so just by signing up, you will get your membership. So perhaps if I can get you to email myself and Shivani, I don't know if you can take a photo of the email now, or just email me, it's fine. And then I'll put you in contact with Shivani and she can sort out your membership. So, yeah. So no, everyone gets the complimentary membership. All righty. Anything else? So the other thing that you might be interested in is the Postgraduate Student Association. Again, you can sign up to their email. You might be interested in some of the things that they do and so on. All right, so that brings me to the end. How are we for time? 4:23. Great. Any questions? Everyone's happy? Yes. Jane. Yeah, okay, so for the people online, one of our students has said, how do you address your professor or your teacher? And yeah, because we're in Australia, we just call them Jane, or I don't know, what about you, Ferdy? Ferdy's fine. I know, what about in Germany and Switzerland? What do you call your professors? Okay. Yeah, the same. Okay. So you might go Dr. Menz. Yeah. So any other questions? Is any?
Can I just make one last point?
Yeah.
Jane taught about the visit to Cambodia. I want to tell you something that's very important happening in the business world. It's geopolitics. So the current tension between the US, China, Taiwan, Philippines, Cambodia, the recent formation of BRICS. Now that plays out on an international scene. Pay attention when you read the newspapers because it trickles down to business and supply chains. So this has become a big thing in the last 4 or 5 years. I know that none of the other universities bother to talk about geopolitics and how it affects management, but we do here. Thank you.
Thank you. Excellent. All right. Any other questions? Was there any questions online or is that all good?
No, it's just Shivani says thank you, and you covered it very well.
Okay. Thank
And she will send you something about their open day.
you. Okay. Excellent. Yes.
I may just add something, particularly for those of you who are from Germany, because oftentimes I find that students from Germany are high achievers and they want to achieve 100%. And in business, that's really, really hard because unless you're doing finance, I mean, that's like black and white. 2 + 2 is 4. No, okay, maybe you get some synergy. Sometimes you get some synergy and then, okay, so 2 + 2 could actually equal 6. Oh, okay. All right. So don't even know that. Anyways, I just want to mention that our grading scale, so if you're aiming for 100%, that's awesome. But it's very, very hard to achieve that, if not nearly impossible. Of course, everything is possible. But our grading scales are that a high distinction, which is the greatest mark that you can get, it starts at 85. So if you got an 85, that's like the highest you can get. Of course, you can get sometimes, maybe you can get up to 90. I just have met a lot of students, several students, shouldn't say a lot, but I've met several students who got like 90% and they're like, why didn't I get 100%? And you're like, what are you thinking? Well, there's always something you could improve. So unless your work is absolutely perfect, yeah, then you got 100%. But this is quite unlikely. So just don't be disheartened if you get something like 87% and you think it's bad. No, this is absolutely excellent if you get a mark like that.
Yeah, last year I had that experience. One of my German students got 74 for her assignment. I'm like, that's a really good mark. And she's like, oh, no, it's not. And she was like, anyway, got quite upset about it. All right, thank you, everybody. Is anyone, photo? Can we have a photo? Yep. Should we have it, how should we do it, Bianca? Should we get everyone to come up to the front?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, and we can have the welcome. Yeah. Okay, so if everyone would like to come up to the front, and I'll get Bianca to take a photo of us, welcoming you. And after our photo, we have afternoon tea outside. So come on down. You're keen for the photo. Come on, Ferdy. And I'm so glad to welcome you all. I can't believe how many of you are there. Bianca. Oh, you want to take it? You don't want to get in? No. I don't know if we'll even fit in. Okay, everyone in, everyone in. I think we might have to like bend. Come on, everyone in, everyone in. Or maybe this is not really working, is it? Everyone in.
Want to be on the side?
Oh, sorry? Yeah. Maybe we should have just done it that way. Everyone in.
Everyone who's happy to be in the photo.
Yeah, everyone.
I mean, don't want to be, that's totally okay.
Okay, on 1, 2, 3, Uni SE. Okay, do it. 1, 2, 3, Uni SE. Thank you, everyone. All right, afternoon tea outside. Thank you. And see you in class next week or enjoy your other classes. And don't forget to grab a bag as you're leaving as well for your little orientation bag. Just there.
ठीक है भैया, मैं साफ कर देता है फिर आ जाए। क्या बोला भैया? वार्ड लगने वाली है सारे प्लेट है। क्या हुआ भैया?
वो सारे केबल देख लिए, सारे क्लियर है।
सारे क्लियर है भैया।
पानी पी के ना, वो जो पैन है ना, पैन को क्लियर कर दो, आगे रख दो, साफ करके ना। पैन इतना नहीं है,